Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the second of two discs featuring all of the concerted music for piano and orchestra of Ravel and Gershwin, featuring Pascal Rogé. We just talked about the big Pascal Rogé box on Decca, and so I wanted to see what else he'd been doing lately, and I found these discs kicking around on the Oehms label. He's accompanied by the Vienna Radio Symphony Orchestra under Bertrand de Billy, conductor. This is the second of the two. The first one has the Ravel left-hand concerto, Rhapsody in Blue, I Got Rhythm Variations, and other Gershwin goodies. This is much better than the first one, particularly sonically, and it makes a very, very big difference. I mean, the Vienna Symphony Orchestra is an okay orchestra. You know, they're decent. They can be quite fine. And they are here, quite surprisingly, actually. But in the first disc, the diffuse sonics and, really make the whole thing, empty auditorium kind of engineering, make the whole thing sound really pretty much ineffective, which is a pity, because Rogé is a good pianist and he really knows what he's doing in this music. The big surprise for me was the Gershwin, not the Ravel. The Ravel, well, he recorded the Ravel concerti before, remember, with Charles Dutoit on Decca as part of their Ravel series. And they were very good performances. They really were. This remake of the G major concerto, which is what's on this disc, struck me as somewhat, a little bit affected. I'm a fan of Samson Francois and in Cuitance and the recordings, Alicia de la Rocha, where when the piano comes in after the opening little bit with the main tune, the pianist does not slow down tremendously, doesn't get over fussy with rubato. Well, he sort of does. He really does. It's beautiful playing. It really is. But it's not, to my mind, it sort of breaks the back of the first movement structure. Ravel does not ask that the pianist should slow down enormously. He just wants you to sort of get on with it. But there's beautiful playing, and the orchestra and Bertrand de Billy accompany very, very effectively. The slow movement, which is, one of those things that can also sound just endless, and a bad performance is well done. It's nicely done. There's a cool, almost hypnotic quality to it, but not terribly slow. Rogé achieves it by dynamics and real sensitive touch. So that's lovely. The finale, the toccata, well, it's a toccata, toccats. It's nice and vibrant. But what really surprised me is that this is a terrific performance of the Gershwin by everybody. Everybody. I mean, Rogé really swings the piano part. He's got the style in his fingers. The finale is exciting, really, really exciting. I mean, they really push it, and the orchestra sounds pretty terrific. The only qualm is the trumpet solo and the slow movement. That beautiful nocturne. He sounds a little, like he needed a better mute. Maybe his style is a little bit. He's a little uncomfortable. That's how it sounded to me. But, I mean, everybody else is just slamming. And it helps enormously that the sonics are really, really good. I mean, it's vivid. It has impact. The music really pulsates in both concerti, but particularly in the Gershwin. I mean, it sounds like you're just going to blast through it and have a grand old time, and they really do. The other issue I have to mention, of course, is that in the finale, when you get to the grand swat on the tam-tam, they're having so much fun that Bertrand de Billy has his tam-tamist whack the thing and then do a crescendo into the big tune in the concluding pages, which is not exactly what Gershwin wrote, but it just goes to show that there's an element of deviltry in the music making, which is really appropriate. It really is. It's good that they're really willing to, sort of go the extra mile or the extra tam tam or whatever it is. Just, it's evidence that the performance has been well thought out, and they're having a good time, and you will too listening to it. So I would recommend this pretty strongly, even if they're better versions of the Ravel. For the Gershwin, I think this is a real shocker. I was very, very pleased. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.